from the 2021 Teacher of the Year is presented by the Bank of Guam, Cars Plus Guam, and the KUAM Care Force, with generous support from the 2021 Teacher of the Year is presented by the Bank of Guam, Cars Plus Guam, and the KUAM Care Force, with generous support from the 2021 Teacher of the Year is presented by the Bank of Guam, Cars Plus Guam, and the KUAM Care Force, with generous support from the 2021 Teacher of the Year is presented by the Bank of Guam, Cars Plus Guam, and the KUAM Care Force, with generous support from
Hafa everyone, and good evening, and welcome to the 2021 Teacher of the Year Awards. I'm Jason Salas from the KUAM News team. Now, admittedly, we're doing things a little bit differently this year via TV and live stream, of course, because of the pandemic, but this special night of recognition will still leave you inspired, as we're going to introduce you to 6 exceptional selfless island educators, each of whom is dedicating to shaping young local minds. You'll also hear from GDOE Superintendent John Fernandez, as well as a chairwoman of the Foundation for Public Education and Bank of Guam Chief Operating Officer Maria Leon Guerrero. You'll also hear from 2019 Teacher of the Year Lynn Palugat, as well as our supportive sponsors, and you're going to be treated to a very special performance, so sit tight. The excitement will culminate in the awarding, of course, of the 2021 Teacher of the Year Award, who, by the way, is going to walk away with an incredible prize package, which includes a absolutely gorgeous 2021 Hyundai Venue, courtesy of our friends at Cars Plus. So, let's go ahead and get right to it. We begin tonight's show with the one and only Superintendent of the Guam Department of Education, John Fernandez, who has his welcoming remarks for this year's outstanding island educators.
Hafa Day, and welcome to all of you who are joining us this evening. I'm here on behalf of the Guam Department of Education. My name is John Fernandez. I'm the superintendent, and I just wanted to be here today to thank our partners at the Foundation for Public Education and all of our sponsors for allowing this event here to continue to name the Guam Teacher of the Year for 2021. I do want to especially congratulate all of the finalists. Nishista Benaventi Delgado of Jose Rios Middle School, Seferino de Rosen of Ataca Elementary School, Christine Gianchan of Finalist Elementary School, Michelle de Guzman, Juan M. Guerrero Elementary School, Van Lebranda of Okudu High School, and Benjie Santiago of Aga Johnston Middle School. All of you tremendous teachers. I've known you in different ways, different capacities. Definitely your name has always been out there as a representative of our very finest teachers. And so it was no surprise to see any of you make it this far to the finalist stage and now to this night to see who the Guam 2021 Teacher of the Year will be. But again, whoever it is, amongst all of you, I want all of you to know that I find every one of you to be just the very best of the best. Your dedication to our students is phenomenal. Your commitment to your schools and to your profession is outstanding. And you do really bring that passion to the classroom. You engage our students. You make them want to learn. You make them want to come to school. Most importantly, you make them want to succeed in life and in whatever they choose to do, be it college, career, opportunities that are before them. So thank you for expanding their horizons. For working hard each and every day, and especially through this pandemic. And congratulations to all of you who here tonight. And I just want to thank you again from the bottom of our heart on behalf of all of the Guam DOE management team, on behalf of our central office staff, on behalf of all our families and our kids out there who depend on you. So thank you, Sidus Mahasi. and congratulations, all of you.
Superintendent Fernandez, thank you so very much. Up next, we've got the chairwoman of the Foundation for Public Education, my friend, Maria Leon Guerrero.
I'll never forget my 8th grade algebra teacher, Mrs. Bernice Duckrow. One day after school, she was helping me with some homework problems. I was struggling pretty hard, and in my frustration, I declared, "I'm just not good at math. I wish it came easier to me, like some of the others in the class." She said to me, "Maria, some people learn by memorizing things, but you learn differently. It may take you a bit longer to wrestle with the concept, but I've noticed that you keep at it until you truly understand it. And once you truly understand it, then you can tackle any problem, forwards, backwards, and sideways." I don't think Mrs. Duckrow realized the power of her words in that moment. My self-view went from somebody who was struggling to somebody who was capable. It was a turning point that would set me on a different path in school and beyond. This is the awesome power of teachers. Through their love and encouragement, they build our children's confidence. They help our kids to dream bigger about what's possible for them. So to Mrs. Duckrow and to all teachers, particularly this evening's honorees, I offer my sincere gratitude for the small miracles that you perform every single day. The world doesn't recognize you nearly as much as you deserve. I also want to give a huge thanks to all of our corporate sponsors who made this evening possible. On behalf of the Foundation for Public Education, Undankulu Nasizuos Masi, and best wishes to all the candidates.
We all have fond memories of a special teacher we had growing up, whether it was someone who helped us with assignments, helped us understand a concept, or helped us with our friends from time to time. Teachers play such an important role in the lives of our children. In addition to educating, they shape and mold the lives for our future leaders. After over a year, or almost a year, of being a teacher myself, I truly am grateful for all that our teachers do for our children. So to all our nominees tonight, congratulations. And now, I'd like to introduce you to our first 2 finalists.
Hi, my name is Christine Gianchan. I'm teaching at Finagayan Elementary. I'm teaching kindergarten. I've been teaching kindergarten for over 3 years now, but overall I've been teaching for a little over 15 years.
Her journey to becoming an educator started while she was in college and a Sunday school teacher. Upon graduating, she was offered a job at Trinity Christian School.
I taught there for 6 months and I really enjoyed teaching in the classroom and teaching various grade levels. I applied with GDOE as an emergency certified teacher, and I got picked up. So thankfully, that was my introduction to becoming a teacher.
Gianchan describes her teaching style as unorthodox.
Teaching should have a lot of meaning to students, and that it should be relevant to what they're learning at their age, at their state at the moment. So with kindergarten, I tried my best to do a lot of hands-on activities, not a lot of worksheets. So we do a lot of manipulatives, a lot of moving around, a lot of speaking, because it's they're still forming sentences in their social development. So we do a lot of interaction. It's not just I lecture and then you do a worksheet, but we go and we move around a lot, even during this time. So it's very exciting.
Her thoughts to being a finalist for this year's Teacher of the Year?
As a teacher, we don't look for recognition, but for someone to recognize you in, behind your closed, behind closed walls, no one sees what we do as teachers, so for someone to come in and validate what you've been doing and recognize your efforts, I mean, it means a lot. Not just for me, because I think it means a lot to all teachers. I'm so sorry. It means a lot to all teachers that, we're all trying, and, especially during this pandemic, for me to still be nominated and to still be part of the competition. I feel like this is a recognition to teachers everywhere.
Hafide Guahan, my name is Seferino Durosan Jr. I am the gifted and talented education teacher here at Ataca Elementary School, and I've been teaching for 21 years.
For the past 3 years, Durosan has been the gate teacher at the home of the Halitais. He explains where the desire to become an educator stemmed from.
I was a struggling reader in elementary, but when I was in 5th grade, Mrs. Evangeline Chang's class at Maria Ujoa Elementary, for some strange reason, she gave me that little attention that I needed, and I blossomed after that. She inspired me to be a teacher, and I wanted to, be just like her, bring all the goodness, bring the spark, bring the energy into teaching, and inspire my students.
In describing his teaching style, he says he looks at the strengths of students.
If you're familiar with the multiple intelligences, whether they're strong kinesthetically, they're strong musically, so I find their strength, and I modify my lessons if I have to, because students learn differently, and so I try to accommodate them.
Stepping into his classroom, your eyes are drawn to every wall and every shelf, from the colors to the books and photos to the magical world of Harry Potter. Albus Dumbledore said it best: "It matters not what someone is born, but what they grow to be."
I want their atmosphere to be exciting. I spend a lot of my money, wanting to give them the materials, giving them the opportunity to explore, giving them things that I wasn't afforded to when I was a kid. So everything that I do in my classroom is just for them.
Being a finalist, he says it's humbling to be nominated by faculty of Ataca Elementary School.
Just for them to believe that I'm Teacher of the Year in their eyes, it was such a big honor, and I'm so thankful. Being a finalist is an extra bonus. I'm truly honored, and just being a finalist now for Guam Teacher of the Year, I feel like I won already, because the outpouring of support that my family and friends and my school has shown, I truly appreciate it.
All right, everybody, just take that remote, put it on the side. Don't even scroll, don't even swipe. Stay exactly where you are, because you want to see what's coming up next on the 2021 Teacher of the Year Awards right here on KUAM.
The 2021 Teacher of the Year is presented by the Bank of Guam, Cars Plus Guam, and the KUAM Care Force, with generous support from
Education is not merely just teaching content and subject, it's teaching them to be strong and kind. It's basically, the main point is character.
Teachers invest countless hours of finding ways to improve in their practices of learning how to reach the needs of all their students.
I get to inspire and motivate them to grow into the great person and contributing member of society that I know they are meant to be.
And it means being able to fortify my students so that they are resilient regardless of the outcome.
Been doing homeschool, and I have to admit it's been pretty rough.
How in the world do teachers do this? It's not an easy job.
I realized that it takes a lot of effort to teach kids.
We couldn't have done it without the partnership of all the teachers out there. You guys kept it up this year, and I can't thank you enough for your help.
Thank you, teachers, for taking care of us.
The 2021 Teacher of the Year is presented by the Bank of Guam, Cars Plus Guam, and the KUAM Care Force, with generous support from
Half a day. I'm Joyce Crisostomo from Cars Plus, and I'm happy to be here to talk about the Teacher of the Year. What an excitement for all the teachers and for all of us here on Guam. I'd like to say how much we do appreciate and love our teachers. And for those teachers, we want to let you know that we appreciate and are grateful for you as you make all the difference for our kids on Guam. And also I'd like to say that
good things are coming to you. I want to congratulate the nominees. And just being nominated is a great honor. And as the excitement, the time is coming, it's nearing to actually announce our Teacher of the Year. I'd like to also give a shout out to our sponsors. Cars Plus is providing the vehicle for a year, and Calvos Insurance will provide the insurance and IP&E for gas for the Teacher of the Year. Congratulations! Let's meet our finalists.
Hafa, my name is Michelle de Guzman. I am a kindergarten teacher here at Liguan Elementary School. I taught initially in the beginning of the school year at Guerrero, first grade. I've been teaching about 13 years, going on 13 years with the Guam Department of Education, and I taught a couple of years in the private sector as well.
She admits that in high school, she had aspirations of getting into the food and beverage industry, whether it be a chef or even a food critic. But that all changed after graduating. She couldn't deny her passion for education.
My grandmother, my mother, my brother were former educators, and their contributions to the public school system really inspired me, as well as great, amazing teachers that I had in elementary school have been an inspiration.
When describing her teaching style, it has to be fun.
I love to incorporate music and movement in my classroom, whether it be a reading activity or if we're learning the parts of a plant, we're singing and we're moving. I like to get my kids out of their seat, active, engaged, and just in discussion, talking about how they feel and their ideas about stuff that we're learning in the classroom.
The role of a teacher is one she takes very seriously.
In addition to teaching academic skills and content standards, my goal is to teach them things that they can apply beyond the classroom at home and in the community. Life lessons, character education. Most of my kids, I'm the first teacher that they encounter being a kindergarten teacher, so my goal is to leave them with a good impression that school and learning is fun, it's valuable, and it's exciting.
Her thoughts to being a finalist for this year's Teacher of the Year?
I was happy, I was excited, I felt very humbled and honored to be listed with the other finalists that I call our powerhouses and trailblazers with GDOE. I just felt really blessed to be listed and to be a finalist.
Hafa, my name is Dr. Benjie Santiago, and I've been at Agata Johnson Middle School for about 15 years now, but I've been in the Guam Department of Education for 25 years. I'm a cultural dance and journalism teacher.
When asked what made him want to be an educator, Dr. Santiago said it was a tough question. He said he originally wanted to enroll in business courses, but it didn't pan out. He then started teaching fitness and dance classes at the gym.
Maybe my calling was more for education rather than business. Here I am 25 years later. I am a school teacher, and I continue to love and have the passion to continue teaching these children in just inspiring them to become academically and socially successful.
In describing his teaching style,
I think that if you were to ask any one of my thousands of students that I've taught, they would say, man, Dr. B is really strict. And I always tell them that my strict teaching comes out of a labor of love because I want them to be the best. I feel so rewarded when they write me back and they say, Dr. B, because of your training, I just became the sergeant or the recruiter for the Marianas Islands, and if it wasn't for your training, I wouldn't be able to be that determined young soldier or that determined individual to get their business going or just to continue to succeed just in life in general.
As for his reaction becoming one of the finalists for this year's GDOE Teacher of the Year, he humbly admits that he was asked to do this many years ago, but felt that he didn't belong in this pool of teachers, recognizing that there are so many great educators out there.
That's a tough role to fill, especially knowing that our peers do the same job and they put the same diligent effort into every lesson that they teach, every lesson plan that they write, everything that they do.
There's so much more to come on the 2021 Teacher of the Year Award, so please stay right there. You're watching KUAM.
The 2021 Teacher of the Year is presented by the Bank of Guam, Cars Plus Guam, and the KUAM Care Force, with generous support from The 2021 Teacher of the Year is presented by the Bank of Guam, Cars Plus Guam, and the KUAM Care Force, with generous support from
All right, everybody, 4 finalists down, 2 to go. Here are our remaining finalists for Teacher of the Year.
Hi, looking sharp, everyone.
My name is Nishista Benaventi Delgado, and I am a teacher at George Washington High School. I've been teaching for about 13 years. I currently teach 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. The subject is U.S. history. I spent a majority of my teaching years, though, at the middle school level, teaching world history.
Benaventi Delgado was quick to say that it was her mother who inspired her to become an educator.
She just recently retired a couple years ago. She was in the system for 36 years, and I really looked up to her growing up. So what I would do is I would be pretentious and just get all of my dolls together and line them up, and I would pretend that I was teaching them, draw on my closet doors and go through the ABCs, and I just really admired my mother.
Once she left for college in Colorado, she began to diverge from teaching and looked into another major, history, with hopes of working in a museum or becoming a curator.
I ended up missing my mother, and so I came home and she told me, why not give teaching a shot? And I did, and I started in 2008, and I never looked back. Once I got into the classroom, I just felt like I was in my element. I loved what I was doing, I loved the students, and that was my place.
So how would she describe her teaching style?
We do hands-on, but I'm also very aware of the types of learners. You try to get a feel for, are they auditory, are they visual, some are kinesthetic, a lot of them, especially at the middle school level.
As for what were her feelings knowing she was a finalist for this year's Teacher of the Year?
It really is just so gratifying to know that, to be recognized, not just in the classroom, but also to be recognized by your administrators and know that they know that what you're doing is so fruitful and really beneficial to your students.
Hi, my name is Van Labranda. You can just call me Van. I've been teaching for about 12 years. I've taught all the social studies subjects, but my forte I found was AP US History and US History. So that became my main subject that I teach. I also teach 10th graders, 11th graders, and sometimes 12th graders.
He says his path to teaching was not your typical one. He initially wanted to join the military, even going as far as meeting with Navy recruiters. But he recalls one day during his sophomore year in high school where he was hit with a spiritual experience.
I remember it was September 28, 2002, and I was so inspired with love and grace that I wanted to study more about that and study more about the Bible especially. And so I just got into reading a lot of history and then got into history and I'm like, hey, I might as well be a history major. And after that, I was able to get a scholarship to the Yamashita, so with my history, hey, I can teach kids, right? And then meeting the kids was really the one thing that told me that, hey, these kids are like my purpose. You know, they cannot make it alone without teachers.
Labrandic describes his teaching style as being humble. He explains.
Humble meaning to esteem these students more than yourself. Like, their lives are more important than your life in a way. And we are there to serve them. You know, not the other way around. You know, they're not for us, we are rather for them. There's something in us that we have that we can provide and give them. So yeah, it's just, you know, to be very humble. And even in this workplace, you know, and when I know that I have a lot of weaknesses, then I could learn a lot from other people who are experienced. So I always try to make sure that I admit that I have a lot of faults. Even right now, you can speak to many of the teachers and the admins and principals, like, oh, you know, man, are you sure Teacher of the Year? You know, and I'm like, yeah, it's very, you know, I try to be very honest with myself. And I want to be a real, natural, authentic teacher.
He says that being a teacher is like being part of a household and is a positive environment.
In a household, there's family members. And so they are not strangers, they are family members. And in the end, we can have struggles with some family members, but we are in the same family. We are in the same boat. You know, we have the same destiny. We are going to be in each other's future later. Either we see each other in the mall or something like that. So we have to already work together, understand each other even more so now. And so this teaching is like that. We cannot go against each other, even though we have different opinions. We have to ignore all those things. And so, you know, just like I said, this is like their home.
Now, we all meet many people on our journey through life. Many of them we call teachers. Teachers teach us about math, science, and language, but they also teach us compassion, courage, generosity, friendship, and love. These are the things that eventually make us who we are. This next song is dedicated to all the teachers who have come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn. Now singing For Good from the Broadway musical Wicked, here's Ukuru graduate and GATE alumni Paul Valdez and artistic director for the GATE Theater, Ernest Ochoco.
I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn, and we are led to those who help us most grow if we let them, and we help them in return. Well, I don't know if I believe that's true, but I know I'm who I am today because I knew you. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes the sun, like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the world. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, I have been changed for good. It well may be that we will never meet again in this lifetime. So let me say before we part, so much of me is made of what I learned from you. You will be with me like a handprint on my heart. And now no matter where our stories end, I know you have rewritten mine by being my friend. Like a ship blown from its mooring by a wind off the sea, like a sea drop by a sky bird in a distant wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, because I knew
On behalf of KUAM Communications and the KUAM Care Force, we're proud to once again sponsor the Teacher of the Year Awards. We've all been influenced by inspiring teachers in our lives. A great teacher not only educates, but mentors, guides, shows compassion, provides hope, and opens up our eyes to a world of possibilities. During this past school year, we've seen so many educators go above and beyond in this pandemic. We've seen them creatively adapt to the challenges of virtual learning, risk exposure themselves to ensure their kids could learn, and reach out in touching and personal ways outside the confines of a classroom. It is said that in times of adversity, true character is revealed. We are so moved, inspired, and motivated by your selflessness, kindness, advocacy, guidance, and dedication to your roles as teachers, and we are so honored to be a part of this program. It is our honor to commemorate and pay tribute to the Teacher of the Year and all the amazing teachers in our community. Congratulations and best of luck to all the finalists.
All right, everybody, you know what your favorite teacher used to say, right? Sit down on your chair, put your hands beside you, and do not move, because when we come back, we will reveal who the most outstanding island educator is on the 2021 Teacher of the Year Award Show right here on KUAM.
The 2021 Teacher of the Year is presented by the Bank of Guam, Cars Plus Guam, and the KUAM Care Force, with generous support from
We are still in this together.
At KUAM, we're working harder than ever to bring you the very latest in coronavirus news.
We take our jobs as first informers seriously.
Asking the questions you want the answers to.
So thank you, Guam, for continuing to trust us to keep you informed.
The 2021 Teacher of the Year is presented by the Bank of Guam, Cars Plus Guam, and the KUAM Care Force, with generous support from...
Now, we are just a scant few moments away from announcing the 2021 GDOE Teacher of the Year. But before we do, we're going to let you hear now from the 2019 Teacher of the Year, Lynn Palugat from Ataca Elementary School.
Buenas and Hafade. It is with great pleasure to be speaking to all of you. To the Guam Department of Education and the Foundation for Public Education, Siduus Maasi for the opportunity to represent as Guahan's 2020 Teacher of the Year. I will continue to advocate for the voices, cultures, identities, and unique experiences of all students at the Guam Department of Education. To sum up all that has happened in the past year often leaves me without words. It's hard to articulate this strange and difficult time. It's definitely been a year of new beginnings for all of us in a space where there's so much that was beyond our control. This past year has been an unconventional one, but what helped us remain undeterred was putting our focus and centering our students and their families. As teachers, we are always advocating to make learning and life as optimal for all of our students. This pandemic has shown the importance of teacher and student relationships and the comfort, security, and love that schools provide, in addition to the learning that is going on. When our schools shut down physically, we rose to the challenge, and with almost no notice, we completely revolutionized the way that we care for our students and delivered instruction. Whether the classroom is a physical building or on an online platform, the love and support is always there. As educators, we have always adapted into wearing many hats and playing many roles for our students and in our community. This past year, I have been in awe and amazed at how many of us have become digital and content creators, even using YouTube and TikTok. We have become actors and actresses on screen as we try to keep our students engaged online. We have also added technicians and tech support among the list of what we already do. We have also become students ourselves. We have learned to adapt to teaching through different approaches, such as online learning and blended learning. And for many of us, navigating through these spaces were new, yet we adjusted. That's what's beautiful about our profession. We see the need of our students. Better yet, point blank, we see our students. I have been completely astonished at what we are capable of and our potential. Not even a global pandemic can stop us. So teachers, keep developing, innovating, and forging forward as we continue to show the world just how valuable teachers are and how important our public schools are in safeguarding and preserving our island's future. Educators and students, we are the change agents and the backbones of a bright future we want to see. To the semifinalists and finalists, thank you for being a light to students and to other teachers during this unprecedented year. As we continue to move forward, not just as individual teachers or schools, but collectively, let us continue to center our students, families, and communities with love and action for a just and equitable education for all. Let us make equity be our North Star through these times. Maraming salamat and si Diyos maasi.
All right, everybody, to the victor go the spoils, as they so often say, and this year's recipient of the 2021 Teacher of the Year Award is going to have a bunch of very valuable prizes, including the lifetime distinction of being able to call themselves the Teacher of the Year. However, they also come away with an amazing prize, courtesy of our friends at Cars Plus, a 2021 Hyundai Venue. Have a look.
The 2021 Teacher of the Year will be able to drive away in style with the 2021 Hyundai Venue, courtesy of Cars Plus. This small SUV packs a punch with surprising interior space, carrying up to 5 people, and desirable features, and even has a simple control layout. Along with the 2021 Hyundai Venue, this year's winner will get 60,000 Pacific points, equivalent to $1,200 worth of fuel from IP&E. And insurance for the vehicle is taken care of, courtesy of Cabos Insurance. The winner will also receive an all-expense-paid trip to Washington, D.C. for the National Teacher of the Year competition. This includes airfare, lodging, expenses, and all fees for the conference. The winner will also receive a large gift basket, courtesy of Guam Gift Baskets. And finally, the winner will have a choice of either a one-night staycation at Dusitani Guam Resort or Subaki Tower. The 5 finalists will each receive a gift basket from Guam Gift Baskets and their choice of a one-night stay at either Dusitani Guam or Subaki Tower. And our 12 semifinalists will be receiving a $100 gift certificate from our friends over at National Office Supply. Congratulations to you all. The 2021 Teacher of the Year is presented by the Bank of Guam, Cars Plus Guam, and the KUAM Care Force, with generous support from
And here we are, everybody. We have all gathered. You have seen so much of the celebration and the reverence we have for our beloved teachers in our community. And the 6 finalists now join me now. In addition to Maria Leon Guerrero, you heard from her with her very very heartfelt and lovely comments. All of you can unmute yourselves. I mean, we've been sitting here in the Zoom room for a while. That's the one thing I love about working with teachers, everybody. Everybody's on time, present and accounted for, perfect attendance across the board. Everybody's good to go. And of course, our beloved superintendent of the Guam Department of Education, John Fernandez, joins us as well. So, I mean, we can never say congratulations enough to each and every one of you. Certainly, as the son of two lifelong educators, it is an immeasurable privilege for me to be able to join you here tonight. And the situation and the conditions that you have had to run your classrooms and, maintain motivation with your students and everything is unparalleled. So, you have our utmost respect on behalf of the community. So here they are once again. You've seen their profiles. We did a real quick recap of the 12 semifinalists, and here are the 6 finalists now. So once again, Christine Gianchan from Finalist Elementary. Hi, Christine. Okay, and Nishista Delgado from GW, Go Geckos. Michelle de Guzman from Liguan Elementary, right across the street from us here in Harmon. And Michelle, you also have another young student, I see.
I do. Her name is
Hello,
Aaliyah.
half a day.
Say hi.
Hi.
Half a day. All right, from Ataca Elementary, Mr. Seth Durusan Jr. Good evening, sir. Yeah, that's the one important thing, everybody. You can now exhale. We will be announcing the winner of the 2021 Teacher of the Year in just a moment. Of course, Van LeBrand is here. Van, congratulations to you again. Very well deserved. And then we're going out to Orta Chalampago to greet from Agueda Johnson Middle School, Dr. Benjie Santiago. Doc, good evening and half a day.
Half a day, half a day.
Okay. Well, if we can, I'd like, we heard from John earlier, the superintendent. So, John, you can just feel the atmosphere. It's very, very tense. But as education environments are, it's also there's a sense of community here among these teachers. They've gone through the training, whether they were in the same classes or not. They've all got the same skill set, but they all share the same passion. So, as the administrator of GDOE and everything like that, what has it meant to you to see these teachers just have like unwavering commitment to really educating their kids?
Well, first of all, I don't know why I'm so nervous. It's like American Idol, the voice, something. This is, so I don't want to, I know I'm not, I'm not even competing, but I do want to say though, that I'm just really proud of all of the competitors really through this competition, but really the 6 finalists who are here tonight up for the Teacher of the Year really represent everything that we are about and that we want to be about. I mean, this is really about inspiration to all of your students. It is really about your passion, about finding that passion in educating our kids. And it really has nothing to do with the superintendent and the management team and the board and the administrators. It really has to do with this legacy that you're leaving behind you with these children who are going to grow up with that inspiration in their heart and go up and we hope become really good pillars of our community, participants and contributors to our community. So I just really am proud of all of you. Congratulations. And again, we're all part of the same team. So I'm glad to see you all pushing in the same direction for all our kids here on Guam. Thank you.
Yeah, I've worked with John long enough, ladies and gentlemen, to know that John is, he's seen some very high pressure situations and he's always as cool as a cucumber. I think I can see him kind of like breathing heavily around you. He is nervous on behalf of all of you. But John, thank you very much for using that wonderful virtual background of the ballroom, because this is a classy affair.
I'm glad. Thank you for giving an opportunity to dress up. And also, again, we couldn't be at our normal, ballroom situation when our gala where we could see you guys in person. But again, the work has gone on. During this pandemic, all of you have continued to work hard with our kids, for our kids. And so I'm really thankful to the foundation, to Bank of Guam, to KUAM, to CARS Plus, and all of our other supporting sponsors for allowing us to go forward and just having the celebration this year. It's really important that we continue on and not let the pandemic keep us from reaching our goals. And so this, especially this year, is so important to recognize teachers, not just the Teacher of the Year, but all of our teachers who've worked hard to get through really an unusual and terrible situation globally. But we're doing it all for our kids. And so I really want to extend that appreciation to everyone who made this happen today.
Okay, and we will announce the winner of the 2021 GDOE Teacher of the Year in just a few short moments, everybody. The reveal is just a couple seconds away, but I'd like to give Miss Maria Leon Guerrero the chance to maybe share some final thoughts and on behalf of the Foundation for Public Education and what, not just this night and not just this event, but, what the profession of teaching has meant and what these outstanding 6 Guamanians, what they have meant to the craft of teaching.
Well, I just want to share that I too am like really nervous for some reason. I don't know if it's just the format, but I'm nervous and excited for all the candidates. And I guess this whole evening just reinforces why I volunteer for the foundation and why we feel this is so important. All 6 of you are honestly such an inspiration to me, and I know to all of the foundation members and all of our sponsors and just the community in general. I can't think of a profession and a group of people that is more worthy and deserving of praise and recognition. So you guys rock, and I hope you know that you're appreciated, you're valued, and you're really making a difference for our kids. And that's just amazing. So I don't want to delay any more the suspense, but I can't wait for the winner and to shower you with all these amazing gifts. So let's get to it.
All right. Okay. So here we go. Real quick, we do want to thank our presenters, Cars Plus, the Bank of Guam, and of course, we here at KUM, we are pleased, privileged, and honored to be involved with this for another amazing year. The gold sponsors are our friends over at ASC Trust, and the silver sponsors are Calvo Select Care, the Pacific Daily News, IP&E, and Asia Pacific. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment that we have all, as a community, been waiting for. And the winner of the 2021 Guam Department of Education Teacher of the Year is Dr. Benjie Santiago from Agueda Johnson Middle School. Congratulations, Dr. Santiago.
Are you sure?
Yes, yes, I'm very sure.
I actually made this sign for anybody else that was going to win, and I was just going to fill in their name. I was ready because I didn't think that. Oh, man, thank you so much. I don't know what to say. It's a pleasant surprise. I feel like throwing up. Does that count?
Congratulations, Dr. B.
This was a long process. And I, like you said, I wish it wasn't a Teacher of the Year, but Teachers of the Year. I really wanted to put Christine and Nishista and Seth and Van and Michelle here. I just prayed to God and I said, you know what? I would like to be the humble individual and surrender it to these young individuals because I've been in the department for quite a while, but I know that you have a lot more under your belt. And even though I don't wear long sleeves, I have a few tricks under my sleeve, even though I've been with the department for 25 years. Man, as an educator, you will all agree, we try to teach our students just to do well so they can make their parents proud of them. And even at 50 years old, I want my parents to be proud of me. Mr. and Mrs. Benjie Santiago, this is for you. And for my administrators, Dr. Perez, thank you so much. Ms. Paulino, Mr. Joseph, the wonderful colleagues at Agueda Johnson Middle School, my students, this is why I'm here, is because of them. And all of you will agree, this is why we're here. I know it's a difficult situation. I don't know if we could, I'm sorry. It's tough to celebrate in the midst of a difficult situation. Man, sendang ko na si Diyos mga sige ni fondo ni corazon ho gina zuus ininasenyahu kinalamten minagahit uminding tanya agwadza. Thank you.
Congratulations. A very beautiful moment, Doc. I must ask you, one thing I found so amazing about your profile, if I may, is as a teacher of cultural dance and of journalism at Agueda Johnson, you teach expression as well as encouraging young minds to seek the truth.
Yeah, I sure do. And that, man, you hit the nail on the head. Woohoo for the electives, man. You know, in the midst of this pandemic, I always preach about the affective domains of our students. We need to worry about how they feel, not really about the A. I'm sorry, Soup, I'm sorry. It's not about the grade right now. It's about how our students feel. Are they ready to come back here? It's about how our teachers feel. Are they ready to come back too? We need to take care of them. And really, 9 times out of 10, everyone relies on the electives to get those students back, whether it be to physically jump and run or sing or write or draw. Woohoo, electives.
Mm-hmm. Well, John, I'd like to give the floor to you and everything. I know you always have made, you've gone the extra mile to know each and every teacher on a personal as well as professional level in the department and everything like that. So what can you say about Dr. B's character and, you know, and the skill set he brings to his classroom?
You know, I think what's inspiring about Dr. B is that it's not just within Agata Johnston and within his classroom. His influence goes out and about into the community, and you really know when you have a good teacher when they don't stop what they're doing. Their passion doesn't end when it's 8 o'clock. You know, start at 8 o'clock and end at the end of the school day. It goes on and on throughout the week into the weekend. So there's just no place you can go without seeing Dr. B, even whether he's at Paradise or wherever he is teaching his fitness classes, or whether he's out in the community with our young people, really communicating our culture and really, I guess, perpetuating, you know, our culture through these community activities in which he supports the events in the community. And then he brings it all back into the classroom and to school to really help our kids. You kind of understand who they are, you know, really kind of tap into their interests and help them to develop, not just as students, but as people, as young citizens. And so we know Dr. B is actually really critical at his school, not just in his classroom, but, you know, really brings together the community there at Agata Johnston and beyond. So really, I mean, all the teachers here are similar in that respect, but really Dr. B goes above and beyond. And I'm not the only one who can attest to that. I'm sure everybody who knows him can attest to that same influence. And again, when we talk about legacy, that's the legacy we're talking about. It's not just, you know, in the classroom, it is beyond, and it goes on for the rest of these kids' lives. So thank you, Dr. B, and congratulations. You deserve it.
All right. Well, Madam Chair, Maria. Oh, I'm sorry, Dr. B. Madam Chair, I do want to get your thoughts in just a moment, but I'd like, since John said it, you know, with the rest of the teachers and the rest of the finalists, you know, to talk about perhaps how you guys have gotten to know each other through this process as finalists for the Teacher of the Year, and, you know, some of the ways that you've been able to, you know, learn from one another. And just please unmute your mics and just, you know, as you see fit.
I think that the Soup said it all. All of these guys are highly influential at all of their schools. I know Nishista's out there in the fitness community as well. She's running and she's jumping and she's influencing these young minds to find another avenue. I'm sorry, Nishista, and everybody else out there. Sorry.
Yeah, I know Dr. B on a personal level and a professional level, and I couldn't think of anybody more deserving than he, especially at such a critical time for our culture and what he's able to do and how he's able to transcend that, as Superintendent Fernandez has said, remove that outside of the classroom is so important, especially, you know, for our island and our community. So thank you, Dr. B, for everything that you've done for me, working collaboratively during our professional developments. We always work together very closely, and what you've done for our community, for my kids in the future, and how they'll see culture. Thank you for all of that.
You're gonna make me cry again, like I did on the last interview.
All right, anybody else want to chime in about what this experience has meant to them? This isn't like a classroom. You don't have to raise your hand, Ben. Okay. But yeah, very well trained, obviously.
Yeah. You know, through this process, it all boiled down to the kids. You know, the kids were, you know, my main inspiration to becoming what I want to become as a teacher. You know, and so yeah, this whole thing it reminded me that, you know, it's all for these students of Guam, and to unite everyone together and to support them in their tough times and to really understand their hearts and minds and to win them over with that. So through this experience, even now, the journey still continues. You still got to reach out to these kids and to work. You still got to get back to work and inspire them and keep going. And also, not only us six, but even the other teachers out there, I'm pretty sure that they are also inspired as well. So yeah, congrats again.
Congrats to all of you guys.
Okay, so Michelle, Seth, and Christine, any chance to leave some parting words of wisdom?
Sure. I want to say that this whole process has been a reflective process for me, and I've gotten to know Michelle and Steph since we've started bonding more now that we knew that we were part of the finalists. And it's such an honor to be nominated with everyone here. I know everyone here, this is a year that all the teachers went above and beyond to serve their students. So congratulations. And I just want to say good job to everyone. You're all amazing, and I'm so glad to be here.
Very well said. Seth? Sure, absolutely.
Congratulations, Dr. B and everyone. This whole process just reassured me that I just love the teaching profession, and I'm so honored to be part of the finalists with all of you and to go through this journey. And it just reminded me that I really love my students, and I'm just, forever grateful that I'm in this profession that I truly love. It's all about the students.
All right, thank you very much. And Michelle de Guzman from League One Elementary, if you would, please.
I just want to echo what everyone said. Great job. Congratulations, Dr. Benjie. I felt honored being named with all of you, with the semifinalists, amazing educators. Like what Van said, the job's not done. We have school tomorrow. We have kids to meet, parents to collaborate with, and other colleagues. But again, congratulations, Dr. B. Congratulations, everyone making finalists.
Well, certainly we'll all be forever united because of this this experience. Madam Chair, Maria Leon-Guerrero, I'd like to go to you on behalf of the Foundation for Public Education. We here at KUM, we may have raised the sail, but you certainly steered the ship throughout this whole process and everything. And you did a gracious and magnificent job and everything like that. But I know for you, it was a labor of love.
Always a labor of love. But I really, watching all the profiles tonight, I feel like I've met you guys in some way virtually, and I really felt your authenticity and your heart when you were all speaking. And I just can't thank you enough for what you guys do. It's truly an inspiration to myself, and I know to your kids, and I'm sure to your fellow teachers. You're really raising the bar and giving them something to look forward to and to look up to. So thank you all so much. I think it's beautiful that Dr. B has won this year, and I love what he's doing out there as a cultural advocate. And I think it makes a good diversity to the other teachers of the year. So congrats to Dr. B, and congrats to all of you. You guys deserve it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Maria. And thank you to all of our finalists. You truly are outstanding. Mr. Superintendent, thank you as always for your time. And thank you out there for watching and for supporting these teachers. We truly could not have done it as a community with all of you. Your 2021 Guam Department of Education Teacher of the Year, Dr. Benjie Santiago. Congratulations. And that is our time, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. On behalf of all of us at KUAM, I'm Jason Salas. Good night.
Thank you.